Hi everyone, we are part of the DCODE project, also known as the Dynamic Knowledge for Optimized Demand Estimation. For this presentation, we are going to start off with our team introduction, move on to our project description, then our original approach, our final approach, our project results, what we learned, and finally the conclusion. I am Brianna Dormer.
I'm Saul Machuca.
I'm Srishti Parker.
I'm Derek Riley.
And I'm Trent Taylor.
For our motivation, so our client is dealing with frequent losses in a competitive bid-driven market. Static pricing can't respond to real-time changes, so there is a need for data-driven bidding to boost their profitability.
So the objective of our project was to improve win rates using machine learning, then analyzing historical trends, leverage market data, customer segments, and competitor data to generate real-time pricing recommendations. Then we have also demonstrated the feasibility and validate model accuracy. Then later we have also built a foundation for the future enhancements in our project.
All right, so for the original approach of the project, our original aim was to create a proof of concept machine learning model, and we wanted to utilize client CRM data and competitor data to achieve that goal. And we also initially had thought about creating a front-end client using MS Power Pages and then also HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And then we had also talked about doing an initial data assessment to kind of see what other data would be good to help us achieve our goal of creating the proof of concept machine learning model.
So, partways into the project, we had updated our approach, and because of that, we had taken a few different turns. So, for the proof of concept machine learning model, from the original approach, we had decided to exclude competitive insights. This was due to the available data to us was very small, and it would require us to generate a lot of data, which didn't match the tables we were working with in the end, so we decided to exclude it. However, later on in the project, we did decide to integrate economic and order margin data that we had received from some sources and our client. And we had also decided to cut out the front end client to decide to extend the efforts of everybody to focus on the machine learning development rather than splitting the team into two different sections, the machine learning model and the front end development. As for the project assessment, it kind of been upgraded from the initial data assessment to an entire project assessment that would include our findings and recommendations to continue the project in the future for our client.
Project results. So we created 4 versions of our model and compared their R-squared values. R-squared values are a measure of the predictive accuracy of a model. So we began with a baseline model that included data from the client CRM and their databases. And you can see that it's reasonably high accuracy. Model 2, we included order cost margin data, and the accuracy went up even further. Model 3 included economic indicators, including things like freight cost, material costs, etc. And the R-squared value hovered around the same level of accuracy. And for Model 4, we had a combined feature set of economic data, margin data, and our baseline model. And you can see that the R-squared value fell from there. And this would be something to explore in future iterations of the project. What we learned, we determined that the objective is feasible. We also learned that including broad economic data benefited the model, things like material costs, electricity costs, and freight costs. And we also learned to incorporate feedback from the client to improve the model's predictive capability. The client pointed out that there were specific data points that they had that we were not including, and they thought that including it would benefit the model, and they were correct.
Yeah, we would like to thank you all for reviewing this project, and we would all at the student team like to give a special thank you to our industry mentor, Justin Loza, and all the other members of the D-Complex team that supported us through this semester for their guidance, motivation, and support throughout the project. We all thought it was a great experience to get to work with them on a real world problem, to get a sense of what it is like to work in an industry with professionals towards a common goal. So yeah, thank you.